So I thought it would be important to talk about what makes you who you are. And you know what? I can't do this unless I have my handy-dandy clicker, which I forgot. So have you thought about what makes you you? I mean, have you really thought about that? Because we have to move past that question of nature versus nurture, and we have to think about the significance of going through something at a unique moment of time. Think about that. This is exactly how generations have different perspectives from one to the next, right? And the amazing thing about generations is you don't actually have to go through the experience for it to matter for you. Literally, it's the conversations about that experience that really have the impact. So we used to think of ourselves, okay, it's the culture that I'm born in. I'm raised with certain values, right? If I'm an American, I feel differently, perhaps, than someone who might be in Pakistan. And this is true. It does matter. It is significant. But what's happening is that it's starting to flatten out. And futurists and people that study sociology, they're looking at this next generation in a very different way. Now, come on, admit it. All of you think your generation is probably better than the ones that came before it, right? You're smarter, you're more capable, you are going to have world change, and you're going to really make a difference. And if you are a young millennial, which means college, or you're a member of Generation Z, which means elementary, middle, or high school, then you are right. Futurists absolutely believe that you are the ones that are going to affect world change in a way that we have never before seen. And you know what? That really matters, because today we have more youth than we've ever had in the world. We have a worldwide bulge of youth. 52% of our world's population is under the age of 30. And if you look at the median ages on the map behind me, what you'll find is that most of us are incredibly young. And I chose to show you some of the ages, say, in the United States versus the percentages in Afghanistan or Pakistan, because I thought it was important that you understand the value of connecting with people around the world. Adults constantly say, now come on, this addiction that you have to bits, bots, and bytes, how can this possibly lead to greatness? And yet it is exactly these rich information resources that is going to lead us there. You see, video gaming like this, it teaches them to compete, it teaches them to collaborate, and it teaches them to lead. We are seeing youth ignite at younger and younger ages through some of the videos that you just saw. They care about the causes, and they are global thinkers. So when we dismiss people for getting onto their phones and clicking, and they say, that is not activism, that is slacktivism, what are we doing? We are disassociating something that one group of people values for the behaviors that we value. I've definitely been criticized for not opening a newspaper, but I do consume news. So what I want you to do is think about this. There are people that would like to revitalize education. We've been hearing about this all day. I'm going to tell you a story that happened about 2 months ago. There was a young girl in Pakistan. She had a goal of taking a physics course online, college level, by the way. She was 11. She had gone through these online courses with people all the way around the world, people from Italy, people from Venezuela, people from the United States. And in a political moment of turmoil, her country shut down access to the videos that she needed in order to study. YouTube was no longer available. And you know what happened? The global citizen, the mind of youth around her said, this isn't fair. We're going to help her achieve her goal of getting that test passed by the time she's 12. And they worked, and they pulled down videos, and they repurposed the information, and they got it through the channels that her country could accept. So when I talk about youth and the revolution and the ideologies that they have towards philanthropy, we're talking about a generation that mashes it up very differently than we do. We're talking about a generation that has a voice today, not because of the social technologies or the mobile technologies that are just at their fingertips, but because they have the ability to get online and research their passion points. Just as a quick aside, I just have to pepper you with this. The average American teen spends 39 minutes a day researching things online, not because they have to for school, but because they're genuinely sparked by the information. So when you think about what it is that you want to do, in the game of life, your moment is now. Every moment that you have is yours to take. And it's there for the taking, and I believe if the futurists are right, I believe we are in the next era of enlightenment. Congratulations, youth. You guys are going to take over this world. Woo!